If not, we'll just do this for no reason.
That's right.
You could trial run.
Kind of why we do it anyway, right? No reason.
That's true. That's exactly
All of it.
Yes. Well, hey guys, welcome to Knotty Nitwits.
Yeah.
We know we did, what did we do, like 2 Fridays in a row, and we were all proud of ourselves, and now it's been, 3 weeks?
I know, I think we were getting a little bit cocky, Yeah,
exactly.
We had it all. Yeah.
It just shows we either have to do it every week so that we remember what to do, or we just have to accept that I don't know what we have to accept.
Whatever.
You guys see my
I just saw you.
know what?
I feel like I just saw you.
It does seem that way. Yeah, we violated some 6-foot rules yesterday, and we got together. I'm just gonna own it. We did. We didn't kiss. We didn't sneeze on each other. We didn't lick our fingers and touch each other's faces or anything like that.
You didn't prepare me food.
What?
You didn't prepare me food, so.
No. Michael cut you up some apples, which ended up going in our oatmeal this morning because,
Nice.
Yeah, so, and we thought about recording yesterday, but we would have had to be really close to each other, and we didn't want to be total rebels,
Right. Exactly.
Anyway, we do really look forward to getting to record in person again, because this is just fine, but yeah.
Yeah. It's adequate.
Yeah, I mean, it'll do for pandemic crisis times, but
if we must.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The worst part is when we talk over each other, it's like annoying. Not like you're annoying me, but I feel bad if you're saying something and I start to say something, and
I know it doesn't quite feel natural. It feels like it's like I speak and you speak.
Exactly. It's pretty much what's happening here. I speak, you speak.
It's called a conversation.
That is, there you go, but whatever.
Well, I think it's because we're out of practice. I'm used to only talking to my family. So I feel a little socially awkward. Like even getting together with you yesterday, I felt a little socially awkward.
Really?
Yeah, and it was so weird to me. When I got home, I was like, well, I think it's because I've only talked to my family really. I haven't really, I go to the store and stuff like that, but it's like you don't talk to people anymore, it seems like. So it just,
no.
Yeah, right. And so I got home yesterday and I felt like it was, I don't know, I just felt a little socially awkward myself. But
interesting. Well, you did good. You did really good with the whole interaction thing. I didn't sense any awkwardness.
Oh, good. You weren't uncomfortable?
Nope, not at all. Nope, I was quite comfortable, actually. Oh, darn it. Never mind. I can still do it. I can still do it, though. We are not past the point of no return. The message board you got me. I was going to put, I guess it doesn't do any good for me to be staring at the left side of my computer, which is where your face is, because then it just looks like I'm staring at some weird, but if I look at the camera, then I feel like I'm just looking at a green dot.
Oh, see, I just look at your face. I have your face right next to my face on my screen. I just look right at you.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. I don't know. It just doesn't matter. But look, I get just as confused as ever.
I was waiting for you to talk. I didn't want to I thought you had something to say.
So. And I did have something to say. It's gone like that. And then
with the message board.
Message board, thank you. Yes. I was going to put the message up on KKW row, whatever, and then have it here, but I haven't done it yet, but I can still do it.
Yeah. You have time. You're okay.
I have all the time I could possibly want.
Did you break apart all the little letters and all that stuff? Get it ready?
Not yet. You mean there's work involved?
I think at least with my daughters, when Keely got one, we had to sat with her on her bed and separated broke apart all the plastic letters. And
well, excuse me, but that's what we should have done yesterday.
Might have to take it back.
That would have been a good job for you to work through your social anxiety with, your social awkwardness with.
That is true.
Oh,
What are you drinking?
coffee.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your second cup of the day, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these cups are 20 ounces, so figure whatever that equals. Oh, and I'm going to have to pee like 10 times. Poor Leslie. I say I have to pee a lot, and I am not kidding. It's probably because of all this extra fat I have, honestly. It's probably squishing my bladder.
No, it was so funny because I felt like I was at your house for like 3 or 4 hours. But talk time with you, face-to-face time, was probably 20 minutes. The rest of the time you're in
pee, sorry. And it's like a 5-minute journey on each end,
Then Michael would stop you to chat. By the time, got back together, it was like, wow, it's been gone a while. It's totally fine. Your system's working well. That's good. That's good.
I mean, it pees a lot. Whatever benefit that provides, I don't know.
That's funny. So what have you been working on, my dear?
Oh, well, okay. There's something I really want to show, but I'm not showing it because it's for someone. But I'm thinking that person might not be watching because she's got her hands full. She's going to be having a baby any day.
True.
And so she probably isn't watching because, So, Kim, if you're watching, just don't look, okay? You can't be watching. You've got tons of yarn to dye. You've got kids to homeschool. You got a baby to birth. So you're probably not catching this right away. But if you are, don't look because I knit you something for the baby. And
it's so cute. Oh my God.
I think it's adorable. It might be really dorky. Okay, I'll give you that. But I freaking love it.
It's adorable. So pretty too. Oh,
I can't even.
It's
a mermaid bunting for the baby.
So cute.
And it sparkles.
Yes.
See.
Beautiful.
Look at that little mermaid tail. I think I would love to be a mermaid. And so I think that's why I'm particularly fascinated with this, because I think being a mermaid would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, you could try it on, I'm sure, and pretend. Put your foot in there.
It wouldn't even fit on my head as a hat.
Yeah.
Some people did knit it as a hat, and I'll have to look up who the pattern was by because I don't have it handy. But I'll put it in the notes that are, I'll do the thing that everyone does when they record. They're in the show notes right below us.
Yes.
I think that's where they are anyway. But anyway, I used the yarn that the pattern suggested, which was like Caron or whatever you call it, that Caron.
Yep.
Super soft. I was really impressed with, because it was inexpensive yarn. It was super soft and squishy, and even the sparkle pieces weren't like, I was a little bit apprehensive about doing sparkle on a baby thing, but no, it's super soft.
Yeah, no, I was impressed too. When I felt it yesterday, it was so squishy and just nice. It was really nice.
It's just so cute.
Baby approved. I'm
It's
sure.
one of those things, you put your kid in it once, take a picture, and then what are you going to do with it? It's not like she's not going to wear it anywhere. But
well, I think as she gets older, she could use it for like her dolls,
True.
Yeah. And stuff. I mean, I or put a stuffed animal, like a sleeping bag. It could be like a sleeping bag for an animal or something. I don't know.
About putting Oso in it to get a good picture, but then I thought, well, since I'm sending it for a baby, maybe I should.
It's true.
There's not already Oso hair in it. Let's be real.
Yeah, right. That's so cute. So cute. Love that kind of stuff.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm doing a couple things. I just pulled out kind of what I'm working on, not just everything that, because I counted up as I was, putting projects into bags. I think I have like 10 or 12 projects, which to me,
that's a lot.
It is. It's like
that's
over
more than I usually have.
Yeah. And so a lot of them I haven't touched. They've just been sitting here because I just have to decide what I'm going to do. I feel like I've just been starting a bunch of things, but not really, not finished. Yeah. So Michelle gifted me the clouds pattern. I don't know who it's by. I only have one page here.
Oh.
Knit Cafe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So really, really pretty pattern. I love that pattern. So I started it and I haven't worked on it in probably a week. So it's a baby right now, but this yarn I was gifted, oh boy, I don't remember by whom, but it's really pretty. It's really sparkly, gold sparkle.
Is that a brown or is it like
yeah,
okay.
It's a brown. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna, like, I know when I need to switch colors according to them, but I just pulled out like random leftovers that I have. I'm gonna see how it goes. I don't know, I'm just kind of winging it.
I think that's a perfectly fun.
So I said, yeah, but I love yours. Okay, so this is what it's Debbie Bliss Party Angel, because this is another skein a bit of the brown, but this is a different color, obviously. So that's what it is. So Debbie Bliss
Party Angel.
Party Angel.
That's
yeah,
pretty much us, really. I mean,
Party Angel.
Party Angels right here.
That's right.
The Knotty Party Angels.
Yeah, for sure. And then this is just random. These are other skeins that I've gotten from other projects and stuff. So I've enjoyed knitting on it. I just don't know why I haven't picked it up in a week, because I was enjoying doing it, but so I need to pick that back up. So that's just a little baby right now, but
I love the idea of doing that with, not exactly totally scrappy, but kind of scrappy, I think it's the perfect thing to do.
Yeah, especially if you have a bunch of different mohairs laying around that are, leftovers from projects or whatever. It's nice to be able to use them for something.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
And as I've said
before, what else are you working
with that pattern, I love it, and it works for me because I think that using one strand of mohair works really good with my sensitive skin.
Yeah.
Because when I put more than one together, I think it makes the little hairs stand up more, or it's just like that they're doubled. But then it gets to be kind of scratchy. And as a matter of fact, so I had started the Grande Double Wrap again, another one by Cozy Up Knits, because I loved that pattern. But when I did it, the pattern is written to be like super wide and really long. And so you'd wear it doubled, and it's like this big, massive thing. Because those girls live where it's cold. I don't. I mean, it never gets that cold here. So when I did it with my Miss Babs Sojourn yarn, I just did it half the length that it said, so it didn't double up. And that's fine, but I really wanted it. I decided I wanted to do it half the width and then do it the length that the pattern calls for, so that I could double it up, but it wouldn't be, this huge, massive thing around my neck. So I started it again I bought these 2 skeins of Tuscan Knits mohair. One this is Love Letter.
Pretty.
And the other is Cloak and Dagger. It's a burgundy, deep wine color. But I decided I'm going to rip it out because I'm going to use this mohair for something else. I decided, because I've bought so much of that Miss Babs Sojourn yarn, but it's so incredibly, I'm still looking for that perfect cowl in that yarn. And I mean, I love this. I was using it held double so that it would be fingering weight. I just think that when I get it all done, it's going to be too scratchy for me. It's just going to bug me. And I really want that soft, lovely, luscious feel of that. It's like, I think it's just cashmere and silk. It's so amazing. All that to say, I ordered 2 skeins yesterday. Or maybe it was this morning. I don't even know. So the one I'm talking about, I think I put it away, but it was the one that I had Catherine from Bed of Roses pick colors for me, which was great. She did a really good job. And I really thought, you know, because I need help getting outside my comfort zone or what, you know, just, and she has such a good sense of color, and I still believe that. But now that it's all done, I just don't feel like I love it. You know, I don't love it like I want. Maybe I'm expecting too much from this cowl. Maybe, you know, maybe it's just unattainable, but I ordered like a dark blue and it's like a green and blue and white, you know, I mean, I think it's going to be it. I think it's going to be the one. So we'll see. But
and you'll still do it more narrow.
I still want to do the exact same thing. I want to do exactly what I was doing with this, but with that. And I love these colors. I mean, I think that this would be awesome. My fear, though, is just that I'm going to get it all done. I'm going to love how it looks, but wearing it, I think it's just going to be a little too itchy.
Now, do you feel like doing it narrower, is that going to bother you, though? Because is it going to feel too form-fitting around your neck?
No, because it's going to be infinity, so it's going to be long and narrow, and then you double it. And so it's still, especially using that yarn that's going to be super drapey,
yeah,
it's going to hug my big neck.
Okay, gotcha. That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, I absolutely loved these.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what occurred to me is I need to just, and so I did start looking for patterns using lace weight yarn.
Mm-hmm.
Then I wouldn't be doubling it up.
Yeah, true.
And like that clouds pattern that I gifted you, that's just lace weight. It's not doubled up. And that's one of my favorite things. It's simple. You know, there's no construction to it really. You start out small, you make a bunch of increases, then you make a bunch of decreases. But I love that thing because the mohair doesn't bug me. It can be cozy and warm, but it's also kind of airy and light. So I thought, why am I not doing this?
Well, the thing is, you love what you love. It's like, it's just funny how we try to venture out of our comfort zone color-wise, but then it's like, why? If you like it, then who cares, you know? And you always navigate towards blues and greens, and they look great on you.
And I do, like, and these colors. I love these.
They're beautiful. Yeah.
The ones that she had picked were similar to this, but more brown and kind of a pink and just kind of I mean, they were pretty. I'm not, I really, it's not the one, you know, it's not the one. So anyway, so I'm going to rip this out, and I just bought a pattern, or maybe it was free. Actually, this one was free. This pattern that I decided I'm going to use. It's for mohair. It's a lace weight. It's called Trinity, and it's, I don't know, is this showing?
No, there you go.
There. It's like a mohair poncho kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not entirely sure about it.
Why?
It has armholes. It has a neckband. So I think it's kind of a cross between a poncho and a big, huge sweater.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it looks like a great pattern. I mean, it looks like it'll be fun. It's a Rowan pattern by Sarah Hatton.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's really pretty.
Seems like a fun, like, you know, just, I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do, though. I also saw another pattern. I stuck it in my cart on Ravelry, but I didn't buy the pattern. It's for a real simple looking, just over, what do you call it? A sweater that you pull over your head?
Pull over.
So, but I think I'm going to do this in like this mohair and some other mohair. I haven't really decided, because 2 skeins I don't think would be enough. Well, it calls for,
it's either 1832 to 2290 yards. So
yeah, so that 2's not going to do it.
No.
But I have a bunch of mohair, and I was thinking possibly, I mean, I don't know, do you think this would be a good pattern for doing multiple different colors?
Oh yeah, I think you could do whatever you want to with it. I think it's beautiful.
So I definitely have colors. I've got lots of leftovers from different projects, and I've got other full skeins, so I think I'll do that. Because somebody
could do it multiple colors. Did you see this?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to, come to terms with, I really like mohair. I do. I love it. And it's almost okay for me to wear.
Mhm.
So I have to use it in the way that I can use it without it bugging me. And I think the only way to do that is to not have it be doubled up.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a bummer since it takes it down to lace weight, but I also don't like real heavy things on me. So, I don't know why I've not thought about lace weight a whole lot before, except that it just seems like it takes forever to knit, but
Yeah. But sometimes these sweaters are on bigger size needles too, which help, it helps it go a little faster.
It does, but that's another kind of double-edged sword, is that I don't really like knitting with bigger needles because they hurt my hands. Like the thing that I knit for Kim, all along in my arms just hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's from, because that's just how it goes. But that was knit on an 8. And I think this pattern that I just showed, I think is knit maybe on a 5.
Yeah, a 3, 5. Yeah.
I can do a 5. 5 doesn't seem to bother me, but you get up into the 8, 9. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think when most people think of lace, they think size 1 needle, or 2, and that take a lot longer. But on a 5, that's a pretty,
Yeah. Yeah. And what is that? What is the cloud knit on? I mean, it's probably comparable because it seems like it has a pretty big.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a mess.
Size 10.
It's on a 10?
Size 10.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
Yeah.
Does that bother your hands?
It doesn't yet. I mean, we'll see. And it's so lightweight. I mean, I think that helps. The heavier weight yarn you're using, the more drag and the more weight you have.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be okay. Should be.
I have a feeling I'm going to rip this out and then end up having to just trash the, because I'm knitting from the center and the outside.
Oh, wow.
And it's just going to be, but we'll see what happens. If I do, it's fine. It's not like I don't have enough yarn to do whatever, but.
Right. Yeah.
So, what else you got there?
Well, I'm still knitting on although I haven't done a whole lot, the Wrap Me Up Sweater Scarf by Knititude. Still knitting on that.
Oh, yeah.
So
thinking of it.
I like it. I don't know. I'm now knitting flat. So I finished the one arm. So I think you pretty much do the arm and then you do the back and then it goes back into another sleeve, at the other end. So I've gotten the sleeve done. Now I'm knitting just back and forth, not in the round anymore. So I don't know if I love this yarn. It's very soft, very warm, but I don't know if it's going to give me the look that I was thinking I wanted for this project. So I think that's my hesitation.
Sorry. Huh? Sorry. Is it not drapey enough or?
Yeah, it's just not drapey. Like I was expecting it to be more flowy, but that's not, the picture, I don't know. I just feel like I want it to fit like that. I want it to drape along my back. And I don't know if this yarn is going to do that. Maybe I'm not far enough along to see if it's going to do that, but I just don't think it is, So that kind of bums me out because I'm like, okay, what do I do? Do I just plug ahead and hope that I get the look I want? Do I?
What fiber is your yarn?
It is wool. I don't have another skein of it with me. I wish I did. And I don't have the tag because I literally just threw this into a bag because it was just sitting out in the open. So I don't have a tag.
That's okay. That's the one you got from Angelique, right?
Yeah. Yes. But it's not her yarn. It's somebody else's yarn.
If you want that kind of drape, you're going to have to do something with silk or.
That's what I'm thinking. Cashmere, something. It's a DK weight. So it's, Yeah, it just needs to be something else that's a little bit more flowy and
Yeah.
I don't know. This thing will definitely be warm in this yarn. But I don't know if that's really what I'm going for is warmth. It's more of a shrug type thing. So I don't know. So I'm bummed because I'm not knitting on it as much. And when I saw that pattern, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to knit that. So it's like I was so excited at the beginning, but now I'm kind of like, I don't know.
That's how it goes. I mean, I have so many patterns that when I bought it, I was like, I couldn't wait. I bought the yarn, I had it in a bag all ready to go, but you've actually started it, so that's better than.
Yeah, but will I finish it? I don't know.
If it's going to fit the way you want it to. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, I think you're going to be happier if you do it in a yarn that's going to give you the kind of look that you're going for.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm trying to evaluate, like, what's the purpose of that garment for me? Is it going to be over a summer dress? Well, then, yeah, I'm going to want a lighter flowing fabric of some sort, even maybe like a linen. But am I looking for warmth in the winter? Well, then obviously I'd want something thicker and bulkier, something heavier. So I don't know. Though, because I don't know. So
that's such a bummer.
Yeah. So
but
I'm just
you gotta knit the project with the right yarn. I mean, that's just because how many times have we not done that and then it's just a waste of everything?
Yeah.
A waste of a good pattern, a waste of good yarn, and a waste of your time.
Totally. Especially if it's something that you end up not even wearing. It's like, why even have it then, So right. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's why I haven't gravitated towards it these last 2 weeks. I've just kind of had it in timeout, thinking about it and deciding what to do. So
it doesn't strike me as a real wintry it looks like it doesn't matter what it's designed for, but it looks like, or what I think you want is more that light, flowy kind of to put up with something in the summer kind of thing.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah, because I wouldn't want to put a heavy coat over it too. Like if I was going out somewhere and I had that over a tank top or something in the winter, I would have to wear a heavy coat over it too. And then it would just feel really bulky and weird. So yeah, I think it's like it kind of has to be like a summery type thing. I don't know.
You don't want to cover it up either. Like you say, I mean, yeah, it looks like you'll find the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I love that yarn, I think it's great for like hats and things like that. Or sweaters, if you want a really warm sweater, but I just don't know. Yeah. I just don't know if it's the right fit for that project. So we will see. But what else are you working on?
Well, I finished some stuff. I think I'll show finished stuff because all my other stuff has basically been ripped out except a couple things, and now I'm at a standstill there. But I mean, I just don't know if I'll try, but I don't know if there's any recovering from that.
Gosh, that stinks.
Well, I finished my turtle dove, my second turtle dove, and
so nice.
There it is. I'm covering myself, so I don't know what you're seeing.
It's good. We're seeing it.
It's a nice navy blue. It's not. When I held it back, it looked a little bit royal like that. The light's messing with it, but it's a really nice deep navy that I like. The yarn was that whatever it was. I've said it so many times the whole time I've been working on this. I'm not even going to worry about the fact that I can't remember what it's called. And I like it. Like if I just were to touch it, I'd be like, oh, that's very nice. When I put it on yesterday, when you were here, we figured out that if I fold the neck down, I'm going to be more likely to be able to wear it because it feels super soft, but dang it, things bug me. I wish they didn't, but it was just a little too scratchy. But I ended up wearing it last night. Like we moved some chairs up by the house and sat out and had a beer, and it was a little chilly. So I had it on, and I did pretty good with it on. It was
good.
It was okay. So I'm not going to rip it out, and I haven't washed it yet. Like I told you, I'm hoping that once maybe I wash it, maybe it'll soften up just a tad. So we'll see. But it really is a fun pattern. I definitely like the wool folk better. Definitely wish I hadn't ruined that one.
Yeah. Did you ever did anything work with that one?
No. I mean, Lori and I washed it and we yanked on it and pulled on it and it's just messed up. So it's fine.
So sad.
Except that it's, yeah.
Bummer.
Don't machine wash things that shouldn't be machine washed.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
But we've had that discussion before.
Yes, and we both had experiences with that before. Unfortunately. Well, one thing I'm excited to work on, I've been working on it like crazy because it's just been a fun knit. I bought this pattern. I don't remember who showed it on Instagram. I don't think it was a podcast. I think it was on Instagram. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to buy that pattern. But it's funny because I don't think the pictures on this pattern do it justice. It's called the 1112 sweater by Tina, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. But 1112 sweater. But I feel like if you go look at the Ravelry page and look at the different sample, people that knit it, in some of them, I mean, the colors blend more in some they really pop. I feel like this one, it doesn't really pop a ton, which is, sorry, my dog's scratching at the door.
Because it's nap time.
I guess. Well,
it's coming and snore.
She has to be with me wherever she goes, The thing is, if you don't want it to pop, obviously you don't have to. So that you can pick colors that are closer together. So it's up to you, But this has the potential to really just have a color pop if you want it that way. Anyway, but so anyway, I bought that pattern, and anyway, I had a ton of. In fact, I brought the yarn in here. No, I didn't. I'm lying. I left it out in the kitchen. I have a ton of this yarn from Hobium when I was whatever it was for them.
The ambassador.
It's really soft. It's like, I think it is considered a fingering weight, but it is kind of a lighter fingering weight, I feel like. So this is a fingering weight sweater. So I thought I'm going to pick this color for the body because I have a ton of this. And then I picked my Zauber ball. Not sure what color this is. Had it forever in my stash. But it's got like navies and, the burgundy.
I love it. Yeah, it's a great
color. I love it.
So
mine doesn't color pop as much as I was hoping. When I was talking to Michelle about it yesterday, I was really, I don't know. I'm going to finish it the way it is just because I'm having fun doing it. And I can't imagine starting over. But I do kind of wish it popped a little bit more. But it's a top-down sweater. And it just uses slip stitches, which I love because it makes things that look more complicated really not complicated.
Yes.
So the blue really pops through. I mean, it does pop through, but it's just not, I was hoping it was going to like change colors more. The blue, it does start with kind of a burgundy. I don't know how much you guys can see, but it kind of goes down to the blues. But I was just hoping it was going to be more of a change, but it's cool because it almost looks like baubles in the middle there, but they're not. It's just all slip stitches.
That's what I thought they were just by looking at the pattern.
Yeah, so it's so fun. It's just a fun pattern. Some sweaters you just want to do stockinette all day long and be mindless, and those are fine too. But this one you don't have to pay attention that much, but it's fun. Keeps your interest.
Somewhere that your internet is good?
Yes. Why?
Well, you just keep going in that slow, like it keeps like not totally freezing, but kind of doing that.
Yours does too occasionally.
Does it? Okay. Sorry, guys. It's just where we're at today.
I know. Yeah. I mean, the router thing is right behind this wall. So it's like really close to it, but I guess I could record out in the living room.
No, it's probably, sorry, we're really having a hard time today. It could be us. And in fact, I was going to be calling our internet people today to try to get them to come out because we think maybe we need a new router. We're having issues. And I didn't call yet because I was like, well, odds are they won't come right out, but if they do, I don't want to be in the middle of doing this. And
Right.
So sorry guys. It's just gonna be a crappy recording.
I know, it stinks. But anyway, so it's a fun pattern. So if you're looking for, but it does feel very thick. Like it feels like it's going to be a very warm sweater because in a sense it's like double, Yeah. So I think it'll be great for fall and winter. I am doing it on the needle size it called for, but then I did switch and go up a needle size because some people were saying as they were knitting it, they felt like, oh my gosh, it doesn't seem big enough, and I just started thinking, oh, I wonder if mine's going to be big enough because of course I don't do gauge swatches. So I went up a needle size somewhere around here and you can't tell, but I'm hoping it'll just give it that little bit more room. But I'm almost to the point of splitting for the sleeves. So anyway, that's all I've wanted to work on since I bought that pattern. It was just, as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, I want that pattern and I want to start it now. So it's just fun, but I'm already envisioning like other color options. Like, oh, this would have been fun to add this color to it instead, or change, have it be a gradient or something, more of a gradient than what that Zauber ball is. So it may not be the last time.
You could not rip it out, continue with where you're at, but you could still change your second color.
True. I just feel like it would need to be something that's close and then change, have it be more gradual. I don't want it to be like dark blue and then pink, or I don't know, like something drastic,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd have to look at what I've got and stuff. Plus that Zauber ball is a little bit thinner than a regular fingering weight yarn. So I don't know if that would change the look.
I wonder how that sweater would be doing it in, a fingering and then a mohair. With having those little pops be mohair.
That would be pretty. You'd have to double the mohair, right? Yeah.
And then I'd knit it and not be able to wear it because it would itch me. But I mean, I think it sounds fun.
Well, maybe those little pops of the mohair wouldn't bother you as much. I don't know.
Yeah, especially I didn't notice on yours what's the neck like? Oh, sorry.
It's just a little rib. I don't know how wide it's supposed to be. I mean, on the picture, it looks pretty wide,
But so does that part of just that is that just the regular yarn, or is that both?
Yeah. Nope, it's just the regular.
Okay, so yeah, that could work for me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that's fun. I've been wanting to knit on that all the time. For sure.
Well, I finished my my socks.
Cute.
And okay, hang on. Sorry, Rebecca's asking if she can come over because I told her to come over. I just have to tell her that I'm recording. Hey, so maybe, do you have anything to show? We just throw it at you.
Yeah. So I started, Michelle was gracious enough yesterday to let me use some of her minis because I'm running out of like sparkle minis and stuff like that. And so, you know how much I love sparkle. So I started another crochet blanket and oh my gosh, I'm in love with it. My only problem with using your yarns is that it's a wide blanket. So it takes like 20 grams. Is that what it is? To get 2 rows in.
Okay.
Well, so some of your yarn I ran out because it was like not
okay. No, I mean, if that doesn't bother you for your blanket, I'm fine with you using whatever.
No, I know, but it's just, I don't want to use up some of your yarn because it's like I want to keep some for you if you want to use it for
But that's what I'm saying is if you don't mind the fact that you're going to have thinner stripes and bigger stripes, don't worry about using, like if there's just a little bit in there and you get it in your blanket, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's so pretty. So I started it yesterday when I got home. But it's so sparkly and pretty and oh my gosh. Super wide.
Looks pinky.
Yes.
Great colors.
I'm trying to do that, but I don't know how long it's going to last because I love this, but I don't have enough yarn to do a whole blanket in just these pretty cream off-whites, pinks, peaches. Yeah. That's what I want to do it all in, but I don't have enough, so it's like, it's hard. So I'm looking through my, even my full skeins on my shelf going, oh, can I break into that? And like, but then I feel stupid not wasting a skein, but taking some from a full skein. But anyway.
Oh, sorry, but I think that for that look that you're going for, you're going to have to use probably full skeins and just break them up and reuse them throughout the blanket.
That's what I think too. Yeah.
And it would be beautiful.
Oh, it's just so pretty. It's like so sparkly and beautiful. I love it. So I've been crocheting on this like crazy today just because it's so, yeah.
Is that the same one you've been doing? It's just the back and forth.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And it's funny because I always watch the video. What's her name? Bella Coco, her granny stripe blanket tutorial. Mm-hmm. And just to get it started, to get the first row down, which is stupid because I've done 5 of these now or something, you'd think I'd get it. But now I finally mentally get it, the ends. So I'm like
5 of these blankets before I finally get it, or crochet.
Well, the one I did for you, it worked out. It was perfectly square. I just decided to add the border because I feel like it gives it more structure. But I wasn't going to at first because it looked great. It was lined up. So I did it right, but I think watching the video again this time confirmed. It was like, okay, what I was doing was the right way to do it because I doubted if I was doing it right or if I was making something up.
Yeah.
So it was nice to actually watch it again and go, okay, that's exactly what I've been doing. So that's good. So
nice.
Anyway, but yeah, and I have it in my Nanette bag. Nanette Wakes. I needed to find more bags. I was digging through all my bags. I was like, I need a pretty pink bag for my pretty crochet blanket. So that was perfect for that. But yeah.
So okay. My socks.
Mm-hmm.
My Kirby Werby Cooler Than a Peppermint socks. I wish I hadn't done such a crappy job on these socks because I love this yarn.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's such a great, it's sparkle. I love the different striping in it. You can see the part that looks like it's a big thing of color is actually different colors.
Okay.
And I just did a crappy job on these socks, and which is funny. I mean, how many pairs of socks have I knit? I've knit this pattern several times. I just did a crappy job, and I don't know what to say. But these were the socks I was working on when Renata, like suddenly was shipping out for the Marine, and then working on them when this whole COVID thing came. And I think they just, I don't know, there was just some bad juju with them.
Yeah.
No fault of the sock yarn, no fault of the pattern. It was just, I don't know, because I love this yarn, but yeah, these socks, I'll wear them. I mean, they're not unwearable. They're just like probably one of the worst pair of socks I've ever knit, as far as I've just got mistakes in them, and I just, it just, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
isn't that funny? I mean, I'm the same way. I'll wear socks and think, oh my gosh, what a crappy job. Like, who am I? And I'll see all these people on Instagram, these beautiful, perfect socks. I'm like, what is my problem? But I don't know what it is. Like, sometimes you're just in the mood and it's going well, and I don't know.
So I just had this sitting really close to that thing that I keep my coffee on. I was like, oh, it's getting kind of warm. There's something about Leslie and I and fire. If you've watched us for a while, But I have my coffee sitting on this thing. It's got a little tea light in it. And I put that ball of mohair right next to it. And I'm glad that I just happened to glance and see how close it was. And yesterday, Leslie had a similar incident.
Yeah, I had a bar wrapper. You'd given me a nutrition bar or something, and the wrapper was right next to that thing. I was like, oh my gosh.
We can't be trusted with open flames. We just really shouldn't be.
Although maybe if your area burns down, it'll rush the finishing of your top.
It won't. Nothing. The only people that think that this is a priority is us.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. So I also finished my the Beaufort that I did.
Gorgeous.
I really am happy with it. I didn't have it finished last episode, did I?
I don't think so.
I showed it on Instagram. I think I was close to being done.
Maybe, yeah, I'm sure.
But I'm really happy with it. See if I can put it on. Just
so pretty.
That's a good look. Hey,
that looks great.
Very politically correct right now. Did you understand me?
That's pretty.
I mean, maybe put it on a little better than this. I'm just going with what I can see in front of me, but yeah, I really like it.
Eating mohair.
Get out all the mohair. I talk about how much I love mohair, and then I do nothing but complain about it. It's itchy. It gets in my mouth. It gets in my eyes. But no, I really do like it.
Isn't that funny, actually? I mean, we do. We complain about it all the time, being in our face or our hair or whatever. But yet, gosh darn it, we love it.
Are we just malcontents? Because I feel like we do that with everything. We love podcasting, but oh my God, it's such a pain. We just can't do it. We love to knit, but oh, those damn socks. They just love this yarn, but it's such a pain.
That's right. Oh my gosh, we're just being the devil's advocate, we're not on one side or the other. We're, yeah. Well, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love it.
I will. I'll leave it on for a few minutes.
There you go.
So you working on anything else that you want to show?
Nope, nothing else. I mean, I have bags and bags of lots of projects, but nothing that I'm working on. I actually ripped out the linen stitch blanket that I was working on. Yeah, when I looked at it, I was like, that thing is going to take me 10 years to make because it's just little. The stitches are so little. And the more I knit on, the regular crochet blanket that we do, it just goes so much faster. And I love the look of it, and I can get it done in a month or two. So I don't know. I just love it.
What about your corner to corner?
That one I'm still working on. But again, it's one of those things where I don't love the yarn. I don't know where I'm going to go with it because I don't have enough yarn to have it look right all together. So I might restart that one on fingering too. Just sock.
Oh, that's right, because you did that one on DK or something?
Yeah.
Or both. Like just random.
It's a knit picks yarns and stuff. But it's like pinks and whites and browns, and it's like I like it, but am I going to cozy up to it? I don't know. I just love my regular, granny stripe blankets.
Well, I love your granny stripe blanket too, but more on that later.
Yeah.
So my mustache, it's some wizard colorway. I don't remember what it's called, but this one's ready for the heel. I haven't worked on them a whole lot lately, but I did get a heel done the other day in the car when I was at the laundromat.
For the whole day.
Hoping that was my last trip, but I don't know. The way it's going, I might have to go one more time. I don't know. Anyway, so I got the heel done.
No, I think you got to hold out. Don't go to the laundromat. Just hold out until you have your washer and dryer ready to go.
Yeah, because they're in the house. The washer and dryer are up there. They're just beautiful, waiting for me to play with them. But we don't have any electricity there yet, so we're really close to having electricity. But inspectors, they can be so freaking picky, and then like there's Memorial Day, and people just, I don't know, they just don't realize how important it is that they come do what I need them to do.
That's right.
I don't know what the problem is. They haven't gotten the memo that the world freaking revolves around me.
That's right.
Uh-oh, I just did something. Did that look weird to you, or are you good?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
You look good. I don't know.
Thanks. Okay, there. Back to normal. Well, I mean,
as normal as we can be.
Exactly. So those are the socks. And so my Scrappy V that I was doing, that Scrappy V t-shirt, sweater, whatever you want to call it, that I did such an awesome job on the tubular cast on, I tore that whole thing out. And I have a picture I can put in, or I could probably just bring it up on here to show you, but it was really, I love it. I loved everything about it, except that the color that was going to be closest up here was kind of a flesh color, and I can't do that anymore. I mean, I don't know that I ever could do it, but back in the days when I used to get tan I was out in the sun all the time, and I'd go tanning and I'd lay out in the sun. And before kids, I just had darker skin. Not darker, but darker than it is now. I've just gotten really pasty white over the last however long. And I wish I had nice golden dark, any color but what I have, I would like. But be that as it may, I can't wear flesh color right here because it looks horrible on me. So I ripped it out, and I'm going to start over, and I'm going to start with a darker, probably a nice navy or, some dark blue or something, because I've got tons of scraps. I can't even find my photos on here. There we go. I've got tons of minis to use, so there's no shortage there. It's just, I just didn't start with what I should have. Okay, if I turn my phone, the picture's going to turn anyway, and I don't know if that's going to work. Can you kind of see it?
A little bit.
Not too well. That was not the best. I could try to insert it, but it really doesn't matter because it's torn out, and I'm going to start over. So and I'm really looking forward to starting over because I was having fun with that because it's a mini project, and we like doing things with our minis. So that's probably in my goal in the next couple days, is to get that cast back on and get going on it.
Yeah.
I've either finished everything or ripped it all out is where I'm at. I have got those socks I can work on, and I could pull out my crochet blanket, but kind of don't need to now because I was gifted. I got the best birthday presents, you guys, because I have such awesome friends. So Leslie came over yesterday and spoiled me with, we already talked about it, the message board. I'm not going to get up. The message board, because you'll see it, because by the time I put this up, it'll be there. And really cute, I don't know if you can see it behind me. Nope, don't even know where. Oh, I know, it's in the bag. Hello. This cute jar thing. Well, I don't know. Isn't that adorable? And I loved her idea of putting twinkle lights in it. So that's probably exactly what I'll do, is put twinkle lights in it and then have it in my new room when I have a new room. It's really cute.
Yeah.
And and perfect. Well, I guess you don't have to see everything. She gave me some perfect kitchen towels, but look what she gave me. A sparkle crochet blanket.
Yeah. So fun.
Big. I don't see what you're seeing, so hopefully you're seeing.
Yeah.
And that's half of it. And then it's super long. So it's really, really big. And I just love it.
So glad.
I do. It's super cozy. And yeah, it's just, most of it's sparkle, or at least enough of it's sparkle that it all looks like it's sparkling. And I just love all the colors in it. And I just know that she did it. And so that makes it so special. And I love it. And then, I feel like I can't talk about one without talking the other, because Carrie made me a quilt for my birthday. And how blessed am I to have two gorgeous blankets brought into my life.
Heck yeah.
I don't know. I can't unfold this whole thing on here. Carrie had a picture of it on her podcast, and I would love to, maybe once I'm up in the house and I have somewhere that I can really open it up and get a good picture of it. And, with this open flame, I'm also kind of afraid that I'm going to ignite something. So I just love both of these so much. These are things that will just be treasured forever and ever. And I could just go on and on, but you guys know, because you're makers, you know how much goes into making a gift for someone, and how special it is.
Yeah. So with Carrie's quilt, do you think you'll use it as artwork on a wall, or would you use it to cover up with?
I haven't decided yet, because that did occur to me, the way she hangs quilts on her walls. I really like that. And I think that would be really cool to have. Oh my gosh. See, it's that dang mohair again. I think it would be really nice to have this hanging on a wall in my room that I'm going to have.
Right.
But also really, could see using it as a blanket. The problem with using it as a blanket is I don't want the dogs doing anything to it.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen with the blanket you did either. So I have to keep them, because our dogs, if they see a spot with a blanket, they will go dig on it to try to get it on them. So I have to keep these up and away from them because we've got blankets for them to do that with, and these are not them.
Right.
So I feel like if I had the quilt hanging on the wall, I know it would be safe, and I'd get to see it in all its glory all the time,
Right.
And I might do that because I think it would be really pretty, and I love how she always has quilts hanging on her walls. And it's really cool. So I know she had said on her podcast that she could see me, sitting in my new house knitting with this on me, and so I don't want to disappoint her by not having it on me, but getting to look at it I feel like I'd enjoy it more maybe getting to see it up on a wall in a because it's just, I don't want anything bad to happen to it. And I've got dogs. We almost had one less dog after you left yesterday. We lost Nina.
Uh-oh.
We couldn't find her. We searched up here like 3 or 4 times, the RV, all the different, places that we thought. And she's not a wanderer.
Right.
But so Michael was out. We walked the property. Our neighbors below and our neighbors behind us, they both got on their gaiters and were going around looking. And I marched out through the field with all that. Ultimately, it becomes hay. I don't know what hay starts as, but it was like way up high on me. And I thought, oh God, if she's out here, that's why I had to go walking it, because I thought if she's out there, it would be feet above her,
Right.
But we did that for quite a while, and I thought, well, a bird of prey got her. That's the only thing I could come up with, because she was just gone. Well, turns out she'd gone up in that old icky barn thing where the well house is.
Oh.
And it gotten locked in there at some point.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
The whole time I'm yelling, Nina, want a treat? You want bacon? Just all the things that I think. So by the time she got out of there, she wanted payment. Give me all the stuff that you just yelled that I could have when you thought I was dead. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
Yeah, it was. So anyway, fabulous.
Yeah, I have a quilt Bob's mom made me several years ago. She's made us lots of quilts, more like little lap quilts, so not huge ones. But oh my gosh, the girls used them a ton when they were little. Those were the blankets in the house, And then one of them she made is I just love it. It's my favorite. It's like got navy blue and it's just really pretty colors. But I have it folded and hung over a door on a hutch that I have, and as decoration, because I'm like, I don't want to use it, but yet I feel silly not using it, because you're like, that's probably what but we used a bunch of her other ones, so I feel justified with that one. But I'm sure Carrie would want you to use it, but It is such beautiful artwork. Cool to be able to see it up, displayed and stuff. So
exactly, because if you walked into a room and that was hanging there, it would brighten up the room like crazy. It would just be like, oh wow. Mm-hmm. So that's probably what I'll do, or I'll try it both ways. I don't think that once you hang it, I imagine that there's proper, and she'll know the proper ways to hang a quilt. It's not like I'm going to hammer nails through the fabric, So, I'm sure there's quilt hangers that I can have put up, and then
either that, you could have like a quilt rack and fold it nicely on that, and when you want to use it, you have
a rack,
and then put it back so the dogs don't get it. But as soon as you sit down, the dogs want to sit with you. So I don't know how that would work.
Just gonna have to play it out, because when we're living in a house again where we're not all in the same room together all the time, maybe I'll have some space from my dogs, and they won't always be, I love my dogs, but we've been in a confined space together for a year, and so I'm kind of thinking, when we have more than one room, they could be in one room and I could be in another.
Yeah, true. Although they do love sitting with you, and you said
Me too.
I mean, even in Gladstone, I remember with podcasts, they'd want to be on your lap or, so it's like, I don't know if that'll happen, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
But I think it's more just a matter of whether I want to have it on the wall or not, because it's just I don't know, it's just because then you can really see it. Where it's on your lap, it's beautiful and you see it there. I don't know, it's hard to say because they're just, I don't know. They're both beautiful, both the one that you did and this one, and
yeah,
I love them both.
So, I know.
They're really special to me.
Yeah. So
Lori got me this shirt, which is just hilarious. It says, "I knit." The funniest thing, and I don't know if she did this because this is funny. I know you'll get it, but I'm pretty sure that she had to have done this because she knows. It's got a gnome on it.
Oh, cute.
And it says, "But my favorite hobby is collecting yarn."
Nice.
But I mean, gnomes are kind of funny around here.
Yes, they are.
There's been a lot of them. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave.
And they disappeared, or are they still there?
Still there.
Okay.
And yeah, they're still there. Yeah. And she made me this Notions bag, and this fabric is Marines and just different military. But she said she made sure to use a piece of it that actually said Marines. Without my glasses on, I don't know where it says it, but it's on here somewhere. And it's super cute. And she put the kind of thing on that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And it opens up, and then there's a pocket here, and then this zipper part which goes all the way down, which she said if I would prefer it, she can change it so that it only goes to there, so it's not real deep. But right now I'm using it as my my COVID-19 preparedness kit.
Nice.
So I've got hand sanitizer, spray on hand sanitizer, phone sanitizer. And then over here, I have multiple masks. In case you're somewhere that you have to have a mask on, I'm covered. And but wait, there's more. Some rubber gloves.
Oh boy, used rubber gloves?
Yeah, whatever. I just find them around the store on the floor, Speaking of used rubber gloves,
thank you for buying gloves.
Yeah. So I keep this in my purse, and then that way, because you just never know when you're going to need to whip out a mask or something. On Instagram, I follow, I think it's Today or some historical picture thing. They post lots of old pictures. They had a picture today of the original condom from the 1600s, and it said to dip it in milk before using to protect from disease when you're with prostitutes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Apparently they believed in, milk a lot more than they probably should have.
Interesting.
I don't know why used rubber gloves made me think of that, but, well, actually I do know why. So.
Random fact. Yeah.
Exactly. The things you see on Instagram.
Are you saying we should be dipping the gloves in milk before we put them on?
Yes. No, after. You put them on, you dip them in the milk, and then you go do your stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, probably don't want any more useless random facts from me.
Well, maybe we do.
I don't know. I mean, wealth of information.
You are, for sure.
Exactly. So we had our Lolo bar giveaway.
Yes.
And let's see if I can find. But I want to tell you guys, last time we were talking about their tins and how great it is because you can use everything out of them. And then we had that coupon code. Well, I went on to order So I want to get a few things. And I don't know if this is new or if they've always had them and I just never noticed. But you can buy refills for your tin. So as handy as those tins are for other uses, you can just get your cake of stuff and put it in the tin, and it's less expensive.
Yes.
And then you're putting those tins right back to good use.
That's brilliant too, because it's like recycling in a way. I mean, you're reusing the.
So they just become, perfectly. Oh, I thought that was like, oh wow. And like I said, I had never noticed if they used to do that, because I've always just bought new ones,
Does they have the small ones for the small tin? Oh, right. Perfect.
Yeah. So right here.
That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. I'm totally going to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think our coupon code is still good. I can go check, or you can check, someone can check that in last time's show notes, because I did put when it expires, but oh, there it is. Find my phone to tell who the winner is from that giveaway.
Yeah.
So thank you to Barmaid Lolo Bar for that coupon code and the giveaway, and we just love your products. Absolutely. I use them all the time. And I just love that there's refills. That's fabulous.
That's so great. That's such a brilliant idea.
It is. Yeah. So now, do you have any community service?
Just a tiny bit. Can I give a quick Bambi update though?
Absolutely.
Because I posted the picture of her pup and people were surprised she was pregnant. I didn't know if I talked about that last podcast.
You probably didn't even know last time.
I may not. Yeah. So, my daughter and her boyfriend rescued. I mean, this lady was giving up most of her dogs. And so my daughter and her boyfriend bought Bambi, and didn't know that all of a sudden she started how female dogs start to look a little different when they're pregnant, certain parts of her body started getting a little bit bigger, and they were like, this is kind of weird. And with the whole COVID thing, it's harder to get your dog into the vet. So they finally got her in to see if she was pregnant, and the vet said, yes, she is. And they were really worried because she's so tiny. She's only at the time she was like 3 pounds. And usually dogs like her, if they're pregnant with more than one dog, they won't let them carry them because it's just, they can't carry them. But fortunately the vet said she only has one pup, so she can do it. She's healthy, she was they think maybe a little malnourished at first, but she gained weight. Obviously they were feeding her really good food and stuff. So she gave birth last weekend, I think it was, in the car on the way to the vet. She gave birth, and they continued and went ahead and went to the vet just to get her checked out, make sure the pup was healthy and everything was great. So his name's Thumper, and he's so tiny, super tiny. At first, Bambi was not being a very good mama. She acted like she didn't know what to do. She wandered around a lot, but she wouldn't let Thumper eat unless my daughter was there. My daughter lives here at home, but she spends a lot of time at her boyfriend's house and then sleeps here at night. But she would go over there, and she'd have to be the one that got the baby attached to the mom, because the mom wouldn't settle down unless Emmeline was there. So the baby actually lost some weight, and so they had to go get formula, thinking they were going to have to formula feed the pup. Well, then lo and behold, the mom started getting her act together and letting Thumper eat, and now he's gaining weight, and she's actually snuggling with him, and so it's going well. They're sleeping at night better. He was crying a lot, I think, because he was hungry, and she was not having it. So now he's more content and growing, and so, but anyway, so it was a shock to us that she was pregnant. We didn't know when they got her that she was,
What an added bonus, though. I mean, that baby is so cute. It kills me.
Yeah, and it's funny because on his back, he has a black marking that looks like Mickey Mouse ears.
Oh.
So cute. And they're going to keep him. So he'll be, they'll have him. And it's funny because her boyfriend, Cole, he lives on property with his parents and his grandparents out in the country. And between all of them, I think they now have 6 or 7 dogs. So it's crazy. It's just a zoo out there. You know, they have big dogs for guard dogs. They have little tiny chihuahuas, and it's funny. They all get along really well and have plenty of room to play. And so it's really sweet. So Emmeline goes over there every day and visits with them. And so super cute.
You're kind of sad that that puppy's not there.
Well, I get to go over there whenever I want. I went over there a couple days ago with Keely and got to see the little pup. So that was fun. And then I'm going to take Ev over there. He's at the beach right now, but he wants to go see it. So when he gets back, I think we'll go back over there and see it.
So cute.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
I see those pictures and I'm just like, I have to have one of those.
Oh my gosh, I know.
So cute.
Crazy how tiny they are. I mean, we knew it was going to be tiny, but it's just like fits in the palm of your hand. I mean, it's just
doesn't look real.
It doesn't. No, my mom said it looks like a rat. Kind of. I mean, it's tiny.
Let's be honest. Some people do. I mean,
but yeah, super sweet.
Nice. Cool.
So anyway, people were asking, because they were all surprised that it was pregnant. We were like, yeah, we were shocked too. So very surprised, but doing well.
That's nice. Very cute.
Yeah. So anyway, community service. What do you got?
Oh, I got a few things. I bought this Grace's Cases, I think, or Grace's Case. Anyway, she's in Portland, and I've seen her at lots of different shows and stuff, but I'm just, I finally broke down because I love this Pendleton wool. And I have my Dyak interchangeable needles in here. So it's not like for a whole set because there's only however many spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 spots for needles, but it's perfect for my Dyaks. And then I bought these little things that hang on the elastic so you can see what size they are.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
And you can get that, in any sizes that you want. So you're not, a lot of times when you buy these, they already have the size on them and they're not the sizes that you want. And then the cables are in here, which I like because they snap shut. So your cables actually stay in there.
Nice.
And I have in this zipper part, I have a couple different attached circulars by Dyak, so I keep those in there. And then in this little pocket, I have just one of these little guys to. But anyway, it's perfect because I don't have every size possible in these needles. I just have the ones that I want, and so this ended up being perfect for it. So anyway, she's on Etsy. I got that.
Super cute.
Yeah, I like it. I last time meant to show this and I totally forgot. I think I started to and then I got distracted. And anyway, it's a Desert Vista Dye Works Nashville Nights on Sparkle. And she had done this colorway for I think there was tornadoes or something that had wreaked havoc on Nashville. And so I thought it was beautiful. And then I got a couple of mini skeins, just black and gray for heels and toes. I haven't done, I'm kind of out of the Desert Vista monthly thing as far as trying to do it every month. I've just accepted that I do better just not having that hang over my head. And I'll still knit. I've got lots of her yarn, so I'll still obviously knit her stuff. I just, I'm just not putting that on myself that I have to get that done every month. I don't like to have to do things. I mean, it just bothers me.
I think it become rebellious. Just like, do that.
Exactly. And then I bought from Knit Picks. I got this little, and I actually just ordered another one. I wish I'd ordered 2, and if I'd been thinking, I would have. But it's a little tiny case for circulars or cables. But I'm keeping all my 16-inch ones in here. But there's only 8 spots, and I've got more than that. I haven't zipped them up yet because I'm gonna I'm going to write what size they are on a card and stick it in there so I know what size it is. But I've been using this Chow-Goo, I think it's Chow-Goo. Yeah, this Chow-Goo one for my 16-inch. And it's just like, that happens all the time because there's just this tiny little Velcro thing on each of the things on the end, and that doesn't hold your needles in. So it's just kind of annoying to me, and it always annoys me when I open it up and things start flying out. And so anyway, this was the right price because it was like $16 or something, and it's the perfect size. Now, I wouldn't suggest it for anything maybe 24-inch, but they're pretty small. I was kind of surprised at how small it is. It's perfect, like I said, for 16-inch cables, but I don't know. I guess you could squish them in there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
great. I know I need to get something like that. I feel like I don't have a good system for having all my cables, and I don't know. They always end up in random spots, and I have to go find them somewhere, because they could be in several different locations. And it'd be nice to just have a couple of those, like you're saying, and have them in one spot with them labeled, like you're saying. That'd be nice.
Yeah. I have a bigger one from Pattern World or Pattern Works or something, and it's quite big. You can kind of, can you see it back there? Oh yeah. If I move, you can see it back behind the ball winder. So that one's bigger, and I've got my fixed circulars in there that are different sizes except for the 16 inchers. And then I've got my interchangeable Hayas, which I don't know, sometimes I wonder why I even have them, because they're like the last thing that I go to, not Haya, but if I have a fixed circular, I would much rather use a fixed one the size that I need versus interchangeable. Except my Diax. I mean, I have no consistent opinion about needles. I think it's like,
yeah, depends on the project, depends on the yarn, all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I got from Knit Picks, I got these because I wanted to do a hat for a friend's. I was gonna do Faith. So I was gonna do her and her baby matching hats.
Cute.
And there's a pattern that I found that it actually uses 4 colors. So I ordered black to go with these. And I think I can get an adult and a baby hat out of this. I'm not positive. I'll do his first.
Yeah.
But since I was ordering another one of those needle cases, I figured I might as well get the 4th color. I was going to try to just do it with 3, but I'll do that. So
fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
But I think
what pattern do you?
I don't know. I have it and I could look it up, but I'll just show it when I cast on, or next episode. Maybe I'll have, I don't know. I mean, it'll probably be a while before. I think that Knit Picks order took quite a while for me to get. And for one thing, it ships like from Ohio or something. So Ohio to Oregon takes a while. My letter to and from Renata, it's so weird because sometimes they take like 5-6 days, and other times it's just a few days. So
yeah,
who knows? Do we have any other stuff before our trilogy yarn?
Well, I just got, it seems boring, but I was excited. So Knit Style Yarns, Sharon sent me 3 skeins. I asked her to, because I had done that sample knit for her. So she just sent me 3 skeins of her mohair. Soren is the name, but it's just your basic, creamy ivory color. But I just thought this was good for anything. I thought ivory is a great color it matches everything. So
it would be perfect for that thing that you're knitting. You need to rip it out and start over, but you could use that. That would be a very flowy wrap thing, whatever that's called that you're doing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, I was thinking of the sweater thing that you were talking about, the free pattern that you were just talking about.
No, I mean, it would be good for that too, but I was thinking of the thing that you started, but you said it's not going to be flowy enough.
Yeah, I just don't know if mohair, I think mohair would be too flowy. You know what I mean? Like I do want it to be, have some structure to it.
Yeah.
Sticking my fingers through that, I'd be afraid I'd like, I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it would be great for that Trinity
Mm-hmm.
that you were talking.
Be perfect.
I think it'd be enough. Maybe, maybe not.
Well, it would, because you could always do the the neckline in a different color.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, maybe I would do that. That's true. And then I just bought this pattern. I think you're the one that recommended it or something. The trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I purchased that. Have not started it, but printed it off. So, you know, we'll see.
That's a mohair regular fingering weight together, right?
It's Aran weight.
Oh. Oh, it has 3 different options. It tells.
Oh, that's,
yeah.
yeah. You can either do DK and mohair, yeah, together, or fingering weight held triple,
Yeah. No thanks.
or the Aran weight.
Okay.
What would you do?
DK and mohair.
DK and mohair? Yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah, fingering weight held triple. That'd be interesting.
wouldn't be into that.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a real marled look unless you did 3 of, you know, same colors.
I guess it could be fun if you did it the way you were doing that one sweater, where you just kind of had 3 together, and then when one ran out, you just added another, and that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, or just do the helical knitting. I don't know how you would do that. 3, you'd have to change every, you know, you'd have to have 3 different going at the same time. I don't know. I think you could do that. That'd be interesting.
It would be interesting.
Well, no, you'd have to have 3 together. So, yeah, that wouldn't work. Never mind.
But I mean, if you had if you held 3 fingerings, but that had different quantities of each, and then that was kind of constantly mixing it up. I think that might be fun.
True. That's
when I get my yarn.
Yeah, I know it. After
we either both try to talk or we both shut up. I was just thinking, when we get in the house and I get my yarn room and I get my yarn back from Carrie, I might pick a bunch of different ones to try that, because I think that would be kind of fun. I've wanted to do something like that because, like we've talked about, we have all those different fingering weights, single skeins, and that might be a fun one.
I think so too. And I'm trying to get out of my head, matchy. Everything has to be, you know, because like I showed you that video, I went through all my yarn and organized it all and put it into Ziploc baggies and all that kind of stuff. And it was just cool to see all these yarns again. And I just was like, what the heck am I ever, I'm never going to knit socks out of all of them. Yes, do shawls with different ones, but yeah, I would love to do garments, you know, sweaters with just different yarns. Like, who cares? Just, I don't know, because I just feel like I'm never going to get through all of them if I just, you know.
I agree. And as much as I love scrappy stuff, I might, like you're talking about, breaking into a full skein just to get a partial skein. I think I'm all for that now, because I like, you know, different stuff put together.
Exactly. And I think we can always use our scraps for something. I mean, obviously we do that all the time with blankets or shawls that you can use pieces from different, you know, so I feel like anymore, who cares? Like, if I like a skein, break into it, use it for something, you know?
I know, because it's like everything else that we have and we hold on to and don't use, you know, just use it. That's why we have it.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's it for me.
Okay. Well, we were gifted some yarn. Let me pull up her thing and get the.
Are we saying trilogy a lot today? I just did that pattern that's called trilogy.
Yeah.
That other
is called Trinity, so that sounds like trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm using my phone. I mean, this is like, seriously.
What's up?
I keep losing my phone.
Oh, weird.
I mean, I'm sitting right here. I haven't gone anywhere. How could I lose it?
You want me to call you? Yeah, because you texted Rebecca.
Yeah.
So you had it for sure.
gosh. Oh, here it is. Okay. It was under some mohair, in case anyone's wondering. If you're ever looking for your phone and you can't find it, look under your mohair.
That's funny.
Okay, let me just go here real quick. Pull up her thingy. Nancy is Trilogy. Oops, I wanted to go to her page, darn it. There we go. Trilogy Yarns. Go find her. Well, you're going to find her because that's going to be part of our giveaway criteria. Anyway, she's offered to send us some yarn, and so Leslie and I each got to pick 2 skeins. So we promptly did so, and then we've totally changed around what we're keeping, but we think we have the perfect combination going on now. So this is where we're at.
For sure. She also has an Instagram too, Trilogy Yarns, so you should check out her Instagram as well.
I think that's what I just held up.
Did you just hold up her that? Okay, I didn't know if she had a website or if you were.
Yes.
And well, trilogy.com.
Yeah. She's got some very pretty yarn, and she has some beautiful mohair and sparkle and all sorts of stuff. So the combination that I ended up with is this beautiful blues called Midnight Cowboy. And it's got blues and white and gray, and I mean, just obviously I love it. It's perfect. And then unintentionally pairing it with this beautiful denim mohair, because look at that.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. I don't know for what. I don't know exactly for what, but they have to go together. They're perfect. You know, it'd be pretty is if I ordered a whole bunch more and did that sweater that you're doing with the little pops.
There you go.
But it would be nice to not spend a bunch of money right now.
I know. Bummer. Yes, and the ones I picked, well, this one Michelle had picked, and then I stole it from her.
Same with the denim. Leslie had picked the denim, and I stole that.
So this is cactus flower. I think it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And then paired it with this Rapture mohair. So pretty. Oh my gosh. I think is it gold stellina or silver? I think it's silver stellina in that fingering. Really but these are totally, I mean, it's funny. Your navy blue that you held up, it's like, that's so you. This is so me.
Yeah.
It's like, it's perfect.
It is.
So thank you for sending that. That was so sweet of you.
Really sweet. Really. Yeah. So then what we're going to do is a giveaway. Well, what she's doing is a giveaway, and what we've narrowed it down to is these 2 together. So it's this one here. They're both somewhere in time, so they match. This is an MCN, so it's merino and cashmere and nylon, and it's lovely. It's, I mean, I would like it just for how it feels, but I just love those blues. And then the mohair version of that.
It's beautiful.
To enter to win. Trying to decide, did you guys like having it on YouTube? I think that's the best. I mean, are we just kind of like, is it just easier, do you think, to have the commenting and conversation here on YouTube alone, or is it better to use Ravelry for giveaways? What's your
I've never done either, so I don't know. I mean, I wish everybody else could respond. I think having it in one spot, period, is probably better for you. Is it hard for you to pick a winner from Ravelry or from YouTube?
To me, it's harder on YouTube, but I suspect people have told me that there's ways to make it easier, but I don't know if there is or not, because I don't know. I haven't really put the effort. I've tried a couple times. I mean, I have Googled it and stuff, but a lot of times when they're talking about stuff, I just don't understand it. You know, when it's computer stuff, I'm just like, what? I don't know. It's kind of really simple for me to get it. So,
well, YouTube is nice because it shows that they've hopefully watched the podcast and they're commenting as they're watching on, you know, what we're showing. So I don't know. I think it's more applicable. I don't know. It makes more sense.
And maybe more inclusive because not everybody's on Ravelry.
Right. And if you watch our podcast, anyone can watch the podcast. Anybody, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So we'd like your opinion. Share your opinion, what your thoughts are, 5 words or less, what you think about that. And then, so we'll go ahead and do this giveaway here on YouTube, but yeah, I'm just curious. And again, I hate to be this person. I really do. I wish that I could just whatever, but US only for entering to win. Go to Trilogy Yarns and check out her site. Follow her on Instagram if you're so inclined. And also, this will give you an upper, if you do all of this stuff, you'll have a higher chance of winning. Okay. Not really, but we're going to try this bribery thing. So go follow her on Instagram, go to her shop, tell us a color that you like. Tell us if you are not in the United States, or I don't even think yet that people, because there are people that have said that they would pay for shipping, but I just don't think we're there yet. I think with this whole COVID thing, we just need to not even try that. Because I mean, I just don't know that it's going to make it. I don't know. Call me paranoid, but let me put on my mask and call me paranoid. But I don't know. And tell us what you think about where the giveaway should be, and then go find the perfect pattern to use them in, because Leslie and I need pattern ideas.
That's right.
Do all that, and you've just quadrupled your chances of winning. Just kidding.
So sorry, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I've just totally overcomplicated a simple giveaway. That's how I roll. I like to make the things in life that are supposed to be simple look complicated.
That's right. Yeah. Well, and if nobody does all those things, then we get to keep the yarn. So, it works for us.
How could we incorporate these with the other ones?
Right.
We want to share.
That's right. Yes. That was very nice to get that. It's beautiful. Beautiful yarn.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it is, and it was nice to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might be all I have.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
And this thing that does not have a timer, like a running time, so we have no idea how long we've been doing this.
Well, it's 2:23. We started at like 12:45, 12:50.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We're almost at 2 hours. 20 minutes shy of 2 hours.
Oh, the big time. We can talk about a whole bunch of other stuff.
We have so much time on our hands.
Right.
Yeah. It's funny.
I might have a little
house update.
Oh, house update. I'm so tired of the house update.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry. It's so frustrating because we're so close, but everything now is dependent on someone else doing something. And then the next person can't do their thing till that person does their thing. And we had everything set up, to go perfectly. But of course, that all got screwed up because the place that we bought the house from said that it was coming on a certain day, and then they didn't actually schedule it. So our electrician was off, everything was off, and then our electrician was on vacation. And it's just one thing after another. And it always is. It's just always one thing after another. And so now we're at the point where the house is here. You guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some video. We're waiting. We have the skirting, whatever else they've done. I just forget. It's got the drain things on it. What are those called? Gutters. It's got gutters. It's got, we need electricity. We have electricity, obviously, but it has to go now to that house. And the inspector came out today and he didn't like this and he didn't like that. So now this other stuff has to be done. And it's stuff that the contractors are like, I've never heard that before. It's like, they just pull this random stuff that they decide is an issue. And then we still have to have the house people come out and do all the finishing stuff. And we still have to have it inspected again. We still have to do the final walkthrough with the house people. So, I don't know when we get to be living in it or moving in or doing laundry in it. I just don't know when any of those things get to happen.
Yeah.
And so I sound kind of grumpy about it. I'm sorry. It's just, I feel like it's just been going on forever. And I knew this was going to be my personal challenge, is when it's sitting right there. This is going to be the longest 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it ends up being. We've been out here almost a year what's a few more weeks, but they're like, oh my gosh, it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
My appliances are right there. I don't want to go to the laundromat again. But, stop whining. I know.
Well, I mean, is it something where once water's hooked up and the electricity's on that you can go do laundry, or do you have to wait till final inspection before you can even do anything like that?
To do things the way you're supposed to, like follow the rules, we shouldn't even be, we can't do anything in there until until the final occupancy inspection is done.
Okay, bummer.
Whether I adhere to that or not's another story, because if the water's hooked up and we have electricity and I can get in there and do laundry, what are they going to do?
I know.
So I don't know.
Well, and you got to test things out to make sure it works. So you're just testing it out, so.
And loads of laundry to do. So anyway, so there's that. But I'm really excited. I mean, I love it. It's going to be great. It's just, I'm losing my patience again, and I shouldn't, because we're so close.
But that's the hard part, when it's so close. It's like when it's way off, you just don't even think about it because you're like, so far off. But now
because for so long I felt like we're just going to be living in here forever and we're never going to have a house, and it's just have another beer. Okay. But now it's like there really is a house, and this could almost happen. We could almost be living in the house again. So
yes. Yeah.
I know you guys are going to be really glad when I'm living in the house, so I stop bitching about it all the time. Don't worry, I will find something new.
You will. We always do.
So I have a little bit of video to put in at the end if there's time so I went out to the chickens this morning. I love our chickens. I mean, this is so weird, you guys. I don't know if it's because my kids have flown the coop or what, but I freaking love these chickens. And I go out there this morning to give them some stuff, and the one, she hops right on my arm and starts eating out of my hand. Like, they're just so funny.
They are. They have such cute personalities. I mean, I never knew that about chickens, that they'd have such cute personalities, and they'd be different, and some are friendlier than others. And it's just, they're so fun. So fun. Yeah,
if someone had told me a year ago that I would have chickens and that I would find them so endearing, no.
When we had chickens, I would just sit out in my backyard, because we let them like free range in our yard, and I would just watch them. And it was the most relaxing, like Zen feeling. It was just so relaxing to just watch them peck at stuff and eat stuff and run around and chase each other. Like, I don't know. It was just something about it that was so peaceful, and just, I loved it. It was so fun. Yeah. They're fun.
Anyway.
Very cool.
All right. Well.
Yeah. So are we going to say we're going to do this next week, or no?
I say let's just make it a surprise. See us when you see us. We just hope you come back. Yeah. No, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm open, as far as I know.
Yeah. I am too. Yeah. Do you have any plans for this holiday weekend? I don't think anybody has plans, do they? I mean, nobody can do anything, so.
A few of the places I've heard are opening up, different parks and stuff, which I think is good.
Yeah.
To go to a park, I think it's okay. But, no, and we wouldn't anyway. I mean, COVID or not, we would not be doing anything Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we ever do either. So now that Bob's working only 3 days a week, because of the whole everything that's going on, he has an extra long weekend, so because he has Monday off too. So then he only works Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Boy.
So tough week for him,
Yeah. But, I'm really disappointed that Monday's Memorial Day, because that's just another day that they can't come do an inspection.
I know. That's true.
Whatever.
Yeah. That stinks. I know.
But for anyone, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's so hard to keep your patience during times like that, because you want to be nice, you want to be understanding, but at the same time, you're just like, oh my gosh, just get it done. Like, get to my house, sign it off.
Like I told Michael, if it were just like if we were just waiting for him to do things, it was just little things that Michael needed to do, I'd be totally patient because he does things. He's a get her done kind of guy. You know, he gets everything done. I'd know that there is no time a wasting. It's
right.
Be that we're just waiting for this, that, or the other thing because he'd do it. But at this, it's just that we have to, you know, someone has to do this, someone has to do, and it's all stupid stuff.
Totally.
With rules. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, it must be hard for Michael because, like you said, he is a go-getter. If he could do it himself, he probably would. Yeah. But he can't, you know. So it's like he's just sitting around waiting for everyone else to do their job, you know.
Yeah, and like what's holding us up isn't even anyone doing any work. It's someone coming and looking at it and saying, "Okay."
Yeah.
Okay. That's all it is.
Right.
But we all have our issues. We all have our struggles.
Right. It's true.
Anyhow.
Very true. Well, we'll get through it. 2 weeks from now, you'll be further, or well, whenever we podcast next, it'll be further along than it is today. So
that's right. In fact, I mean, not likely, but if we were to podcast in 2 weeks, or definitely in a week, we won't be up there, but possibly in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not, but maybe. You just know.
When's your furniture scheduled to be delivered, or have you even scheduled
it? I had it scheduled, and then I had to cancel it because of the way things went. And so now I didn't schedule it. I just told them I'll let you know. So, but yeah, I went to a great store in Longview, family owned, been around for 34 years. Great. It was just such a good experience, which is nice because sometimes things aren't good experiences when you're spending a bunch of money. So it's kind of nice when you're spending a bunch of money and it is actually a good experience.
Yeah.
It should be. You know, shopping should be fun.
Should be.
It's not always.
We like shopping online. I mean, but you hope that in person it's just as fun as online, you know? But,
yeah. And if I could have done all my furniture shopping online, I would have. But furniture is just not one of those things you can do online.
Right.
Yeah,
right. So. For sure. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, good to see you again.
Good to see you too. And maybe I'll come out again. Who knows?
We'll come out when the house is done.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Then when I have to go to the bathroom all those times, I'm just having to go to the other room instead of down the stairs, across the shop, into the RV.
That's true.
Well, you guys, thanks for joining us.
Yes. Go enter the giveaway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Say hi.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. It's free.
Or not.
Exactly. We don't care. We care. We just don't judge.
That's right.
Or we do. I think we've mentioned it before. We do. We just don't talk about it.
That's right.
Now we're to the point where we just ramble and say things that we think, I probably shouldn't go there.
I know. Better
that out. Call it good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
healthy, and we'll see you when we see you. Hopefully next week.
Yeah, let's just try it. All right. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.